In this video, I'm going to point out the positive points and the problems with Rushing Beat X. So Rushing Beat X is a new updated sequel to the Super Famicom Rushing Beat beat 'em up series. In USA, you may know it as Rival Turf. Second game, Brawl Brothers. Third game, Peacekeepers. And I'm gonna be honest, back then I didn't really know or play of them. I think I knew a little bit of Rival Turf, but that's really it. And I did try all three games. I think my favorite one is maybe Rushing Beat Ron or Brawl Brothers. I think that one's a lot of fun. Rushing Beat Sura is a pretty interesting one as well. And I remember seeing a lot of screenshots and videos for Rushing Beat X, and I was very, very curious about it. It has an interesting look. It does look a little kind of cheap and sort of mobile game-ish, but I was willing to give it a fair shot. So playing it for a while, there's, I would say, some good points with the game with a lot of bad points. So why don't we get into the good points? So I think the graphics and presentation and the visuals are very good. There's some pretty cool move animations, and also this game kind of has this like anime-ish with this deep dark shading kind of look. And also the music isn't too bad. I do feel like there's certain songs that don't match with the stage atmosphere or mood, so that might need to be revisited, but I don't think they're gonna do anything with it.
The streets are safer with me.
And also the sound effects of the game sound pretty good as well. I didn't have any complaints with those. I would say the most fun part and best part of this game is the combat and fighting system. I would say out of all the sort of recent modern beat 'em ups, the combo system is really, really good. It's probably the best, and has a fun dash and jump canceling system, so you can do a attack combo string and then cancel out of it into something else. And also there's a inventory system. There's an inventory system for weapons, and then there's an inventory system for health items. And I don't think I've ever dealt with anything like that in a beat 'em up, like this kind of crazy inventory system. But after a while, at first I didn't like it, but I did get used to it sort of after playing the game for a bit longer. All right, so now we got to get into the things I didn't like, the bad points, the problems with Rushing Beat X. So remember when I said the combat system is pretty good and it's fun to do combos in a game? Well, the thing is, when you're actually playing and fighting enemies, it's actually horrible. Like the enemies, they seem like they don't want to fight. They don't have any kind of, I would say, like knowledge or awareness of where you are. They don't really have a good way of tracking where you are on the screen. So a lot of times you'll see them just like walking around. They don't even care. And then maybe they'll like notice, oh, you're kind of in this area, so I'll walk towards you. So because of that, there's so many times I had to chase down enemies just to clear a stage. And because of that can just make the game feel very, very monotonous. So I have to chase down enemies to fight them because they just don't know where I am. It's almost like they're blind, and then out of nowhere their sight comes back to them and then they want to fight. So that's something they need to fix. I don't think I've ever played any beat 'em up where the enemies act like this. Like every beat 'em up I played, the motherfuckers, they ready to fight. Look at this shit. And also there's some enemies that have some really, really cheap move properties. Like there's some enemies that can throw you on your wake up. There's enemies that can throw you during hit stun, and the throw animation is long, and also it is like so much damage depending on the difficulty level. Also, there are some collision issues with certain moves. Certain moves just outright miss sometimes. There's like a counter in this game that counters incoming attacks. Sometimes that could be kind of janky. Yeah, there's some janky stuff with the collision in this game. Also, I do feel that the shop system, it's cute, but I think it needs some revisiting, because there's definitely items that are very, very expensive. And I know that you can acquire more money in the game by throwing enemies into the background, but sometimes it just doesn't feel enough. And I do understand that with the health items, there's, ways to get less money for them, but sometimes it feels too just like rare to kind of get that. So I think they need to cheapen up some of the costs of the items in the game, or at least give more gold or something like that. I would say the biggest negative with this game I noticed is the whole game is really, really, really long. It's too long. I would say it could take you about 3 hours to complete if you're just credit feeding. But if you decide to, I would say once you see it, you could probably complete the game in maybe 2 hours. So it's kind of a drag. Also, there isn't a lives system at all. So you're forced to no death clear or just credit feed endlessly. And I figured out maybe the reason why they did that is I think they modeled the game after Rushing Beat Shura. There's no lives. Okay, you gotta just one shot everything or use a continue. And honestly, I think maybe they should have just not did that. Just bring it back to original Rushing Beat or Rushing Beat Ron. So I definitely feel they should try to put a live system in the game, or a way to get more lives while you play. That way you're just not continuing over and over and over and over again. And also, they don't even limit continues as well. And I do feel that the movement of the characters is a little slow. I kind of wish that they would increase the walk speed. Maybe that's just me. I feel that story mode is kind of boring. It's too much exposition and not much, I would say, character development or plot development or anything like that. It's just a bunch of just background history on characters and new development on past events, and they try to tie things together. I do think it's cool that they're referencing the older games quite a bit, but it's too much, I feel. One big negative with this game is there's no online play, and I kind of expected that because a lot of modern beat 'em ups don't have online play, but I kind of wish they would have tried. But I feel at the current moment, maybe it's too late for them to put it in. And also, there's no online leaderboards at all where you can kind of compete with other people online with higher scores and stuff like that. So that's kind of a misstep to me. Also, I do feel that there is some unlockable elements in this game, but I kind of wish there was a bit more. For example, there's no like extra colors or anything like that. And there's not even a proper stage select. It's only stage select when you try to continue a playthrough. And speaking of stage select, there's no practice mode. There's no 2-player versus mode. So it is a little slim on the modes. Also did notice that the game difficulty, it doesn't really matter too much. It seems it's more about damage that you receive from enemies. I kind of hoped and wished that the AI would be a little more smarter or a little more engaging, but no, it's not like that at all. So what are some things that will make Rushing Beats X better? More engaging enemies, rebalance the moves of certain enemies, revisit the shop system, add a live system and a way to get extra lives, and a proper arcade mode. Have no shop, just have like standardized health drops, ones that give you 50% HP, ones that give you 100% HP, and a way to choose just to play 5 stages. Like after the second stage, you can choose a different stage, and then have the final stage be the 9th stage, how it is currently. Also, I wouldn't mind more unlockable secrets and features in the game, like a way to play the classic Rushing Beat BGMs, more character colors, more costumes, more different types of weapons that you can unlock. I think that would be fun and cool. So do I recommend this game? I would say if you like how it looks, go ahead and buy it. I don't think there is a demo currently available. There was, and I missed out on it. So I would say get it if you really like how the game looks. Just keep in mind of the flaws in this game. There's things in this game that are missing that are in a lot of other modern beat 'em ups that you can get. And hopefully there will be future updates. It seems that in the Steam forums, there's a lot of really good feedback people are sharing about the game. So I hope they listen to it, and I hope they make some new updates, you know, to make the game better. And also, if you don't decide to buy the game, you can always wait until it gets those updates in the future. So it's pretty much up to you.
Throw its ass in the water. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, you next. Take a swim. What? Wait, what? There's a fucking invisible wall now. What? What? What kind of weird shit is that?
Overall, I don't think it's better than a lot of other modern beat 'em ups. The combo system shines the most. I do feel that there's a good game in this game somewhere. It just needs some tweaks. And I'm very curious to see how this game will evolve and grow over the coming months. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this game.
What's good, Pezza? What do I think so far? It's good in some areas and bad in a lot. It's like I've said this on like on Twitter. It's probably like 2 updates away from being like really good, with the right kind of updates.
In the comments, let me know, have you played Rushing Beats X? What do you think about it?